What is up, guys? Flossy Missiles here. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Baja Miata's rear end. Well, differential axles, that kind of rear end. So, unfortunately, as you can see, everything looks good from the outside. But while driving it and how it operates isn't so good. It's getting kind of loud back there. Anyways, I've gone through quite a few sets of rear axles. I mean, I've bought a good amount. I had my own little stash that I've burned through, and differentials as well. The problem is having so much angle on these things. It's just not good for them. I mean, look at that. I can't really see it too well, but there's a ton of angle on these, especially when I'm like getting air or when the back end's bucking up and they just go full droop or whatever. It's just not good for the axles. So I'm gonna jack it up and try to figure out a solution. Wow. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it just sounds so jacked in there. Mad angle. It's definitely killing this thing. It's the angles. You can see these, yeah. So, and I have quite a bit of play in my differential now. Let's see. I'm turning the wheel pretty good amount. That wheel's not moving. This is a welded diff, so that tells you anything. So I'm not really sure what the solution is to this problem. I don't really know how to fix this. I was thinking about getting some limiting straps, putting on maybe where my old sway bar mounts up to, and have a limiting strap so it can't go down so far when the rear end bucks up, so you know it won't give so much angle on those axles. But I'm not really sure. Yeah, like a limiting strap seems like it would work. Maybe, I don't know. But you know, Miata's definitely not meant for this. I'm thinking about just taking off the rear lift kit and seeing if my big 28-inch tires can still move in these wheel wells, because if that would be the case, I wouldn't have any like extra, well, I'd still have a little extra angle on my axles, but not much. I'd have 3 inches less of extra angle on my axle, so that would be good. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to take off my rear lift kit and see what happens. Okay, there's the Paco Motorsports 3-inch lift for the rear. It's still in pretty good shape after all this time of beating on it, so shout out to them. I'm going to reinstall this. Okay, now with the stock strut, whatever shock bolted back up, and everything ready to go, let's put on this rear tire over here and see how bad it rubs. I bet you it's gonna be pretty bad, but if not, that would be cool. Okay, so with it all the way jacked up in the air, it is close. It's really close, but hey, it doesn't rub against the shock anymore. Alright, my alignment's gonna be jacked. And keep in mind, this is only one side, but I'm gonna get ready to lower this thing back down. Let me pull these jack stands out. That's the side with the lift kit. This is the side without the lift kit. It's not as low as I thought it was going to be. I mean, keep in mind the suspension hasn't settled back here. But I might be able to get away with this. And this would save me a lot of money in axles and rear end and just the seals in the rear. But yeah, here's a step back. Wow. I wonder after it settles how bad. Let me jump on it a little bit. I wonder how bad it's gonna be. Because if that's the case, dude, I have no problem with this. I'll even throw a rear sway bar on this thing, get this thing to move around a little better. Slide it a bit better in the dirt. Here is the lifted side. Huh. I'm digging it, I'm digging it. less angle on that rear axle. You can really see the difference here. Here's the side that is lifted, it's still touching the ground. There's the side that's not lifted anymore, it's not touching the ground. But I'm gonna go ahead and rip off this side's lift kit as well and see if I can drive this thing with no lift kit on it. Yeah, I'm gonna go test drive it, let the suspension settle a little bit, hit some dips, and so the suspension, you know, goes to its actual get along, Joe. Or go to its actual ride height. And yeah, should be all good. Looks funny, I've seen trucks like this. It's actually like a style where people have the front ends all lifted in the back like dragging. I'm not sure why, but it's a style somewhere. But let's go test drive this thing. Okay, I didn't make it too far from home, and the suspension settled a lot. A lot. That's bad. It is rubbing right here. So I'm gonna have to do something about that. On this side, I don't know if it hasn't settled all the way yet, but I still have clearance. Maybe that strut's just not as blown as the other one is, I'm not sure. But yeah, let's get home and figure out what we're gonna do. I think I'm gonna end up cutting more of it off. It's like tucking a wheel. Look at that. So I guess let's get to cutting. First I want to show you this though. When you push down on the suspension, see right there? So all this is gonna have to be cut up, I'm sure. I just cut a bunch off the car, all that metal, all the way to up here. So yeah, I had to do some work down here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a hammer and hit all of this in right here, and bend this over here because you can see the tire rubbed up there, and hopefully I can make this all fit. So I've made some pretty good progress. I got that all the way bent over, which gains us like an extra inch of clearance. Got all this cut out, and I went ahead and did that on both sides. So yeah, a ton more clearance. Next, what I'm gonna have to do is make a patch for this right here, because we don't want this lower rocker filling up with dirt or sand or water. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a template and cut it out of some metal, and we'll weld it on, and it'd be a nice little patch right there. Okay, so there's a basic shape of my template right there. I just got some tape stuck it up there, and then kind of went over with a pencil just to get all the high spots or spots where the template's going to be made. So yeah, I'll pull this off and then cut it out and put it on a piece of metal. That's with the template on the car. Okay, I switched to a flap disc. Now all I gotta do is grind down the area to get the bare metal. And there you go, down to bare metal on here and on my material that I'm welding on. Got my little Lincoln welder over here all fired up. And do not forget to unplug your battery. I almost forgot that. So we're gonna go ahead and unplug your battery so you don't cook your ECU when you start welding on your car. But yeah, we're ready to go. Alright, now with it all welded up, I'm going to go ahead and start grinding down with this flapper disc. Okay, that's as good as I am going to get it for now. It looks alright from like the outside. The seam is like basically perfect. The inside one is inside like welds right here, and just the way it meets up is not as good, but I'm not really concerned about it, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, from the outside it looks great. So gotta get a better view of that. It's one piece of metal. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and spray paint it. Ideally, you'd want to have painted the inside of it with some like weld through primer or some forget what it's called, but they have some spray paint that'll protect the inside from corrosion, because now there's no way to paint the inside. So if that gets rusty, oh well, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and paint this and be good to go. Alright, I'm gonna toss the wheel back on and drop this lowrider. Well, I got tons of clearance now. I'll give you guys a little walk around. Check that out. I got a lot of clearance right there. I'm sure it's gonna settle just a hair more, but I don't know. That's not that bad of a ride height, actually. Let's look at the other side. Not bad, not bad. I'm gonna take it for a rip around the block, make sure it doesn't rub. So far, no rubbing. Haven't really gone off-roading or anything, but no rubbing, just cruising around. Okay, final ride height ain't so bad. It doesn't even rub that much. I'll take a look at that. The suspension has settled now fully. I've driven around for a little bit and got to go to its normal ride height. Not terrible, not terrible. If you guys like this week's video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more car content. This is not the finished stance or whatever of the Baja Miata. I will do something different with the suspension later on, but for right now, just to save me from breaking more axles, this is the solution. Like I said, if you like this week's video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more car content. Thank you so much for watching.